If you saw our recent insert on the heritage of the BMW M3, you'll know that that badge has been around for no less than 25 years. You'll also know that there have been 4 generations of the M3 since the very first E30-based M3 made its debut. This is the very latest E92-based M3, and we've already developed a very special affinity with this car, mainly because it's just joined our long-term test fleet. The M cars typically occupy the top of the BMW ladder in performance terms, and the M3 is an excellent example of just that. The car has been carefully crafted and developed to deliver exciting dynamics more akin to those of a sports car than a go-faster production model. Indeed, don't be fooled by its apparently standard looks. It's tempting to think of the M3 as nothing more than a go-faster 3 Series coupe, but in reality the two cars share very few components. No wonder this car looks so much more aggressive. Among the key distinguishing features are the power dome on the bonnet, the blistered wheel arches, those huge wheels, and of course also the lowered hunkered down stance. In isolation, those differences may sound subtle, but together they endow the M3 with keener, sharper, more menacing looks that match its considerable dynamic talents. There's no mistaking this two-door's intentions. It's a car created for the sole purpose of pushing the performance envelope. The larger air intake feeds welcome cooling air to the radiator and the engine compartment. The exterior mirrors have been shaped for optimal airflow, and optional 19-inch wheels provide a welcoming home for fat, grippy Michelin Pilot Sport rubber, ensuring plenty of grip. This is a car that revels being driven with enthusiasm. The interior of the M3 is focused on the efficient interaction between car and driver. These sports seats, the thick-rimmed steering wheel, the comprehensive instrumentation and the shift paddles all ensure absolute driver involvement. But of course, there's no shortage of luxury kit either. That's especially true of our long-termer, which has a number of extras. These include a heat and sun-insulated windscreen, seat heating, park distance control, Bluetooth cell phone connectivity, voice control, high beam assist, extended lighting, and an upgraded individual audio package with USB interface. Being a latest generation model, it also features the most recent iteration of BMW's much maligned and these days much improved iDrive system, which links a high-res LCD display to a center console mounted controller that allows access and adjustment of a variety of parameters and systems, including the sound, navigation, telephone, voice control and M-Drive menus. The sports seats are upholstered in bamboo beige Novillo leather and offer superb support. They are electrically adjustable, but access to the rear is an awkward affair. The boot and split rear bench seat add ample practicality to the equation, but there is no spare wheel. A puncture sealant kit is supplied instead. The current M3 is the first to use a V8 engine, and it's almost certainly going to be the last. It's a high-revving masterpiece, producing 309 kilowatts of maximum power and 400 newton meters of torque. The rev limiter is set at a dizzying 8,400 RPM, and it sounds terrific as well. The V8 underscores the M3's thoroughbred status. The high-tech unit's output of 77.3 kilowatts per litre and its appetite for revs underscore its racing pedigree. However, the increasing emphasis on reducing exhaust emissions and fuel consumption will almost certainly dictate a return to 6-cylinder power, but with forced induction when the next M3 arrives in a few years' time. For now, we are reveling in the V8's instant, effortless delivery of urge. Throttle response is razor sharp and acceleration race car rapid. Our long-term M3 is equipped with the M-DCT dual-clutch transmission, which means it's quicker off the mark and uses less fuel. 0 to 100 time in this car, 4.6 seconds, top speed limited to 250 kilometers an hour. But there's more to this car than straight-line speed. Although the M3 is no track day special, a few laps of the demanding Kyalami Grand Prix circuit prove just how adept this coupe is at carving its way through curves and corners. M-Drive allows suspension, steering response, throttle mapping and gear changes to be tailored for friskier response, but even in vanilla mode, the chassis setup is simply superb. The damper settings allow enough compliance to iron out dips and bumps, but the chassis is taut enough to virtually prevent pitch and roll. The steering loads up perfectly without sacrificing precision, and BMW's compound disc brakes have plenty of bite. Switch off the stability control completely and the rear will step out smartly under duress, but a bit of intuitive countersteer is all that's required to restore law and order. There's a big difference between testing a car for a week or so and spending a full year in its company. We already know that the M3 is a very fast car, but what will it be like to live with? Will it cope with day-to-day commuting, and will we be able to afford the fuel bill? Watch this space. One of the best sounding V8s in the road car business provides the perfect soundtrack for a car that has serious performance credentials with a chassis to match. Understated but menacing styling and ample creature comforts add to the appeal, but despite the claims, this is not a fuel miser by any means.